A Spec Ops team is on an extraction mission in the jungles of Central America. While going through the jungle, they realize they are being watched. While scouting their position, they find something. Turns out it was just a wild animal. A camouflaged creature comes out of nowhere and kills one of the soldiers. The team gather and starts firing their machine and miniguns in that direction, till everything in sight is decimated. Introducing the M134 minigun. Back in the days of the Civil War, Richard Jordan Gatling invented a multi-barreled rotating gun operated by a hand crank that could fire up to 200 rounds a minute. Although the U.S. military continued to develop and utilize the original Gatling gun for several decades after that, the true potential of this brilliant design had to wait for technology to evolve. The blast from the past. In 1946, just after World War II, the U.S. Army decided to reintroduce Richard J. Gatling's multi-barreled rotary weapon. The contract for this new program, Project Vulcan, was awarded to the General Electric Company. Both the U.S. Army and Air Force began using the weapon in 1956 after it was standardized as the M61 20mm cannon. The choppers were crucial in the Vietnam War because they allowed for quick vertical takeoffs and landings that standard aircraft couldn't. They were constantly attacked, which led the U.S. to search for an effective weapon for their crew. The M134 minigun was created by General Electric by scaling down the M61 and changing the barrels to accommodate the 7.62mm by 57mm NATO cartridges. While the gun obviously wasn't little, it gained the minigun label from being a smaller variant of the M61. There are good reasons why this gun doesn't have an official handheld version. The gun alone weighs 85 pounds. Add to it the weight of the ammunition box, the feeding system, the power supply, and the absurd firing rate. As a result, the M134 was deployed on a variety of helicopters and was also used in a number of underwing pods, enabling aircraft like the ID-1 Sky Raider to carry out CES operations with a ton of firepower. Thanks to the morale and fire support provided by this incredible firepower, this weapon has become one of the indispensables and iconic weapon of the American military. Biggest gun on the block. The gun unit is essentially a rack of 6 straight pull-bolt action rifles coupled to a rotor assembly with a shared ammo feed, with cams driving their bolts as they rotate. This makes the gun unit functionally not much different from the original Gatling concept. Due to its multi-barrel construction, the initial manufacturing variant was able to fire at a fixed rate of 6,000 RPM. This was found to cause too many mechanical issues, and the transmission housing was added to the motor, giving a selectable fire rate of 2,000 to 4,000 RPM. Both drives, which are placed on the side of the gun units, are powered by the gun drive motor. The speed is controlled by the drive gear head. The gun control unit, which is attached to the rear of the gun unit, controls when the electrical systems of the gun operate and distributes electricity to its various spots. Since the M134 lacks an internal belt feeder and often feeds from a normal machine, the feeder is a vital component. Therefore, it is necessary to separate the linkages outside of the gun. For the gun to work, an external 24-volt DC power source with at least 58 amp currents is necessary. It is often supplied by a sizable battery pack or a generator linked to the motor of whatever the cannon is mounted on. The Air Force and Navy designate it as a fixed-mounted Gauss 17A, which is the crew-served variant, but the U.S. Army continues to refer to it as the M134. Operations. Given the Bellew H-1 Iroquois' commercial success, the Army installed small weapons on a number of rotary wing crafts, including the Bell IH-1 Cobra, Hughes OH-6 Cayuse, and OH-58 Kiowa. The miniguns were installed on various types of gun pods, from the USAF Suiwa to the Army's 18 pods, each holding more than 1,500 rounds of ammo. The IH-1 Cobra, which was created particularly to act as an escort for the Hueys, dominated the rest of the helicopters. Later, it was found to be more damaging and quicker than the UH-1. The excessive number of guns on Cobra greatly increased its firepower, resulting in a combined rate of fire of more than 8,000 rounds per minute. The Cobra also carried 19 rockets and M129 40mm rocket launchers, in case that wasn't enough. When a pack of Cobras was ordered to clear a region before the Hueys arrived, very few Vietnamese soldiers managed to live. The Army equipped the OH-6 light observation helicopter with 2 miniguns after the Cobra was successful in using them. The Loach, despite its tiny size and susceptibility, became crucial while working with Cobras because they were able to locate the enemy from above the jungle canopy before the Cobras arrived to unleash hell on the enemy. The Douglas A-1 Sky Raider and the Cessna 37 Dragonfly both used the minigun as their primary armament because it performed so well with the close air support aircrafts. But the first American gunships like the AC-47 Spooky, AC-119, and AC-130 really elevated the minigun's dominance to a new level. These gunships, which could carry up to 4 miniguns and were mounted on specialized gun pods or minigun modules, were essential in saving the lives of soldiers and Marines who needed close air support right away. Firing more than 16,000 rounds per minute, the entire field showed the depth of the devastation before they managed to breach a friendly perimeter. Nearly 60 years after its invention, the minigun is still in use by the U.S. military and other armed forces across the world. Through a number of modifications, its firepower range, accuracy, and cooling systems have all been improved, making it an even more dangerous weapon than it previously was. Thank you for watching our video. Please like and subscribe to our channels to find more exciting content based on tech, history, and science. And let us know in the comments below what you think of the minigun and its incredible rate of fire. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of our newest videos. And as always, stay tuned.